So if you are a parent who is struggling with motivation, if you are a parent who has a child who is struggling with motivation, and you know they need to apply for scholarships, you know that that bill is popping up, but your child is just kind of being like, then this video is for you, okay? So go ahead and share this video. I'm just going to be on here talking for a few minutes because, again, it was on my mind and I was already looking halfway cute, so I'm like, why not? But share this video and let me know if that's you in the comments. Let me know if you're a parent who has a child who is struggling to find the gumption to write those essays and put those applications in, all right? This video is going to help you out. So, little disclaimer. So, I am a parent myself. I have 2 little ones, so I'm not in the same boat as a lot of you are. I graduated from college in 2017, so I am still a young mom, or a mom with young ones, I should say. And so I don't have the perspective as much as somebody who has kids who are older and who are teenagers. But as a scholarship expert, as somebody who has been in this space for years and has talked to literally hundreds of parents and hundreds of students, here are some things that I've gathered that will really help you get your child motivated. So first of all, before you even dive into how to really get them excited for school, the first thing you want to do is make sure that college is something they want to do. Now, even though I'm a proponent of college, I am not a proponent of college for everyone. I wanted to go to school. That's the track I wanted to take. I knew if I wanted to teach in the public school system, which was my dream, that I had to go and get my degree, and then I also had to be licensed. So I knew that was my path, but there are so many people who I know who are super successful and college is not their path. And so if your child is struggling to find and apply for scholarships and really take that process seriously, it may be because they are not super motivated to go to college. They may only want to go to college because they see everybody else doing it, or they feel like they're not going to have any success in life if they don't go, or maybe they're feeling all kind of pressure from all different people, and so they may feel like they're only going to college because they have to and not because they want to. We all know if we're doing something that we don't want to do, we are not going to put 110% effort into it, okay? I know for me, there are things that I just dread that are just chores, and a lot of chores that I do, and not even talking about like around the house, but like sometimes there are things I don't want to do, and honestly, I'm not giving my 110%. I should, but sometimes I just don't. And so if college is something that they are dreading, if your child already hates school and is already struggling to get through high school just because they just are not they're not in love with academics, then maybe they're not applying for scholarships and taking that process seriously because they just don't want to go. I've spoken to a lot of students, I've spoken to a lot of parents, I have family and friends, and a lot of people who I know who didn't take the college route and they're still super successful. And so your child just may be one of those people. And don't be disappointed as a parent, if that is not the path they want to go, because there are so many other ways you can make money and be successful without having to have that degree. Now, I know that might sound kind of crazy coming from me because I literally have a whole college business, but that's just true. And so I talk a lot, but I said all that to say your child may not be motivated to apply for scholarships because it's not something they want to do. All right, so that's number 1. Now, number 2, if your child is struggling to apply for scholarships, here is another reason why, and here's something that I recommend that you do. So your child may not want to apply for scholarships as much because they feel like they have a backup plan. And when I say backup plan, they feel like, oh, if I don't get scholarships, then I'll just take out student loans and I'll be fine. Or if I don't apply for scholarships, my parents will take out student loans and I'll be fine. And if they know that there are really no consequences for not applying for scholarships, then they're not going to be motivated to do something they just feel like is extra work. All right. And so I'll just speak from my own experience. I knew that my parents weren't going to take out student loans for me. That's just not something that we ever discussed. It's not something that they said that they were going to do. And so I knew that if I wanted to go to college, I was going to have to figure it out with the help of my parents. They were very, very, very supportive of my dreams. They were always would like whatever path I wanted to take in life, they were going to support me. But I knew that they weren't going to take out hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans. And so sometimes, and I know it's hard to say, don't crucify me, y'all, but sometimes students may not be as motivated because they know that they have a fallback. They know they have a backup plan, and that backup plan doesn't really require anything from them. Their backup plan just requires them to take out loans, or for their parent to take out loans, and then it's just kind of off their hands, and then they can go and have fun in college and be good. I did an interview with a parent. Her name is Oshia Boyd, and you can find that interview on my YouTube page. So just look up She Edits LLC on YouTube. And her son graduated debt free, and her daughter is currently a freshman in college. And she really spoke so well from a parent perspective on how to help and support your kids, but not make your kids be totally dependent on you as far as taking out student loans. Like I said, her son was able to graduate debt free. And so from a parent who has a lot of experience, she spoke to other parents going through the same thing so well. And basically, one of the things that she was saying is you have to cut the cord and let students know that this is on them. This is their education. This is their future. This is something that they want to do. And even though you'll be behind them, supporting them, if they want to be adults and if they want to go to college, then this is something that they're going to have to take in their own hands and really try to do. And if parents see that if their kids are putting in an effort, then the parents will put in the effort as well. And so it just hurts when the parent is putting in all the effort and the kid's not putting in any effort. That is just not going to usually make the kid step up and be like, oh, I see my mom or dad putting in all this effort, now let me join. It usually doesn't work like that. But if you put it back on the kid, then and just leave it to them, and if they don't apply for scholarships, then they're not going to be able to go to their dream school, then it might kick them into gear a little bit. Especially if you have a kid who really has their heart dead set on the school, or their heart dead set on the college experience. If that's something they really, really, really want to do, then if you step back and say, okay, I'm here, but you have to take the reins on this, if they're motivated enough and they see that you're serious about making them start to do it on their own, then that can help motivate them a lot too. So I know that was a lot. Again, please don't hate me, y'all. Don't hate me. Like I said, that's why you should definitely go to my channel and check out the interview with Oshia Boyd, because again, I have littles. So I don't have the older kids yet, but I have worked with hundreds of students and parents all across. And I just remember being a high school student myself. And I mean, I was a good student and everything, but I just knew that if it was my dream to go to college, and so it was my responsibility to figure out how I was going to pay for it. My parents were super supportive. My mom did all the things, and she took me to a scholarship class, and she helped me, and she just helped me with everything. But ultimately, I knew that the financial burden was on me, and so I kicked it into gear and figured it out. And so the third thing that I want to say, the third point that I want to make is sometimes students aren't applying for scholarships because they don't feel like they're capable. Now, this is a really big one, especially high school students. You know, I remember being a high schooler. Oh my goodness. You just go through, especially being a girl, you go through so many insecurities and so much feeling like you can't, you're not good enough, right? And so sometimes students don't apply for scholarships simply because they don't feel like they'll win them. They feel like they're too dumb. They feel like everybody else is better than them. They feel like their writing stinks, and so nobody will want to take a chance on them. And so a lot of times they may not be applying for scholarships. They're afraid of rejection, and they feel like they are not winners. And so That's where we have to jump in and be like, yes, you can do this. Yes, you are victorious. Yes, there is money out there for you. And let them know that they are absolutely capable of winning scholarships. Even if they don't have the best GPA, even if they aren't the top of their class, even if there are students who are academically better than them, let them know, and let them know I said it, that scholarships are for everybody, okay? And so they don't have to be the best of the best. They don't have to be the top of the top in order to win scholarships. And let them know that there is money out there for them. Let them know that even though they may see students who are performing better, that they are good enough. A lot of times students don't want to apply because they just feel like, what's the point? Okay. But if you let them know, and if you put that confidence in them, and you put that security in them, and you put those positive words into them, then they'll start believing it for themselves, and they will be more motivated to apply for scholarships. And let them know I said it. Rejection is just part of the process. I think I said it earlier in this video that I applied for so many scholarships, y'all, so many. I did not get my first scholarship until February of my senior year. Now, granted, I started applying for scholarships, I believe, my junior year. So I applied during my junior year. I was applying senior year, applying. Like, I had a whole spreadsheet of scholarships. I did not get my first scholarship until February of my senior year. And then I got my second scholarship on graduation day of my senior year. And so I got more scholarships in college. I heard a lot of no's. I got a lot of rejection. But one thing the scholarship process will teach you is just how to have tough skin, and just know that no's are part of the process. Like, you're not going to win every scholarship. And when kids realize that, but know that even though they won't win every scholarship, they will win some if they put in the work and take the process seriously, then that will help motivate them as well. So I know that was a lot. I hope nobody unfollowed me and got mad at me. But I'm just speaking from somebody who used to be a high schooler myself, and somebody who has been in this space. I've worked in schools. I've worked in education, y'all, for a long time now. You know, I was volunteering in the education space when I was younger, and then I did my whole degree in education, and then I substitute taught, and then I had a teaching job. Then I've been doing She Edits for 3 years now, almost 4 years now. And so I said all that to say I just talked to a lot of students, a lot of parents, a lot of students, a lot of parents, and it's usually one of those 3 things that is holding students back from being motivated. So if you're just getting on, to recap the 3 things that may be keeping students from just being super gung-ho and applying for scholarships. Number 1, they may not want to go to college in the first place, and so scholarships may not be something they're going to be super excited about. 2, they may know that they have a backup plan and fallback if they don't apply for scholarships, and so they're not going to put in that effort to then go out and do the work themselves. And then 3, they may not feel like they're capable of winning scholarships, but they are. So definitely check out this video, share this video, and just let somebody know that your child can win scholarships. Your child is super capable of winning, and they can absolutely do it in Jesus' name. All right. I know we as parents, like, we love our kids so much, and we want them to have all the dreams that we have for them, right? And so even if your child's not super motivated right now, don't worry. This is not the end. This is just a chapter in their lives. This is just a scene in the movie of their life, and they will have a wonderful ending. All right.